write this book?
It probably took me 3 months.
3 months?
See, I'm thinking all the time. So once you lay down the foundation, it becomes it was a rather quick process to work its way through. See,
Okay.
I would tell people all the time that you may be smarter than me, but one thing I might be pretty comfortable about and confident in is that I'm thinking more than you. I am always thinking. If the average person will wait in line or wait for somebody for 45 minutes to an hour a day, what are they doing while they're in line? You ask me, I'm thinking. You know, my marriage works out beautifully. My wife loves to shop, and I love to shop with her because she's shopping, I'm sitting down, I'm thinking. I'm writing. So how do you use the time that you have? I look at people who are unemployed, and I used to look at them and feel kind of bad for them. But now I look at them and say, wow, if only I had that
Much time, right.
to think.
Yes.
And if you can focus that thinking on something productive or tell your mind that you need something productive to come out of it, it's amazing what you can come up with.
Doesn't it take a certain amount of discipline to think, would you say?
Oh, absolutely. And one of the things I was writing about the other day is a lot of us are discipline deficient. We can't.
I'll agree with you.
We can't stay on task.
Focus.
We can't stay focused on things. But a lot of times we don't know what we're really good at and what really excites us. And if we really determine what excites us, it's amazing how much time you can find to do what you really enjoy. You saw it with kids all the time. You tell them to do something, oh, I can't do this. Find something that they love doing, and then they get lost in it. They lose track of time.
They become passionate about it.
Yeah, passion is the key to it. How do you determine, you know, what do you really like? And usually it's something that you're really good at. And we all like things that we're good at, but we can determine what turns us on, what gives us the fire, what excites us. Many times people beat it out of us, or they try to discourage us, and we let them do it.
They beat it out of us.
Oh, sometimes they beat it. I mean,
Okay.
metaphorically speaking.
Oh, speaking, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Physically, not so much, I hope.
No,
but
no.
there are times when people want to do
No,
something.
when you said beat it out of us,
Yeah.
I thought you meant like beat you to the punch out of you.
Yeah. Okay. So, but some folks will, if they see that you like something and that you're good at it, they try to talk you out of it.
Right, discourage you.
Discourage you. One of the things that I will talk to kids about a lot, and it ties into everything we are talking about today, is the idea of competition. You know, you make good decisions so that you can compete well. If you compete well, usually that's because you've made the right decision. So I will talk to kids about the decisions that they make and competition in that result. I say, for example, when I see people who are facing competition, they generally will face it one of 6 ways, or a few of 6 ways. One is they compete. They say, I want to be in it to win it. Okay? I like it, I want it, you have it, I should have it, let me do what I need to do so I can get it.
They jump into it both feet.
Both feet.
Okay.
Then you'll have those who concede, and those are the ones who give up. You know, they stop. Somebody will talk them out of it. You know, someone say, well, that's not worth it, so you shouldn't be doing that. You know, that's a square thing to do, don't do it. So they concede, they give up. Then there are those who really scare me, is they condemn. Okay, they see somebody trying to do something and they talk about them. They got all kinds of names for them. They're geeks, they're lame, they're sissies. They have all kinds of names.
Reason why they should not.
Why they shouldn't do it. You know, I was in one classroom and I asked a young lady what she wanted to be when she grew up. She said, I want to be a singer. And she stood up and her eyes were aglow. A young brother from the other side of the room shot across the room, you can't sing. And everybody kind of laughed. So I walked over to him and said, young man, have you ever heard her sing? He said, no. I said, so why did you feel the need to step out and step on her dream? He got quiet. I said, we have a habit of doing things to take the light off of somebody else and put it on us, ourselves, when it should be their light. So he was kind of condemning her by laughing at her to shut her down. So we talked about that, and he kind of knew where I was getting at. There are those who like to conform. Conforming is good if you go along with the right crowd. If you go along and conform to excellence, that's a good thing.
Right.
But many times people conform to the wrong people and the wrong way of doing things. Then you get those folks who complain all the time.
Yeah, who do nothing but complain.
Nothing complain. No solution, no answer to the question, just complain. And then we have those folks that I used to say that they like to confuse. So if they can't compete, they confuse. So they'll start chaos, they'll cause mess,
They're
they'll start dissension, antagonists to do that. So I say, you have this going around and going on. Competition is out there. Anything that's worth having, somebody else wants it. So what are you going to do to make sure that you compete in the right way? And your competing in the right way many times is going to involve making the right decision. So it gets us right back again to, what do you know? What do you need to know? How are you using that information? And how are you making the world a better place? Now that
It's
you're
really
here.
a very valuable system.
That's hopefully, the people that I know that have used it, I've had managers who've trained their people on it.
Your book has been out how long?
2008.
2008,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So, and when I talk about it, it seems to go well. I've talked to business leaders who are training their managers. They realize all the people are different. Parents who are raising their kids, they've used it and making sure the kids are asking the right questions. So I was talking to my mother once, and she had a lady over, one of her friends who's a physician. But in her spare time, she counsels women who are in battered relationships, battered women. So she said, well, can I use the no system with this? I said, okay, let's think about it. What do these women know about themselves that allows them to pick men like that? What do they know about the men? What kind of symptoms or traits do they notice in these men that they verify over time? Okay, so what do they know? So what are they doing now with that information? Have they been able to say no to some of these people? So we kind of worked our way through it and say, yes, there is some value to it in that regard. And when you I looked at other systems that are out there, time management systems, they use the same principles.
Essentially, yeah, same principles.
Yeah. So you start looking at different systems, that problem-solving devices that are out there, same basic premises. So if you could take all of those different systems and wrap a lot of them up into one easy system, it's something that kids could use, adults could use to make things a lot easier for us. And it could be fun.